Welcome back to Fire Force Anime Review, episode number 3. This I'm viewing the 7th episode of the series. The special company, I guess it's called the Investigation of Commences. Yes, this one covers pretty much the rest of chapter 20 because I looked up online here that the previous episode just went through the first 5 pages. Yeah, that's what basically episode 6 ended with. Yeah, the closing couple minutes, that's the adaptation of 6 pages. This episode adapts the rest of chapter 20 and goes pretty much straight to, where the anime stops, it actually stops at the third to last page of chapter 24. I gotta say, it's not that bad. What happens in this episode? First, we have the barbecue that they teased last week's episode in the previous episode. Yep. And they had this great moment in it where you have Hinaba actually feeding Shinoru, all sitting on an umbrella, laying on a lounge chair. I thought this is so funny, and the fact she acts like she acts so blushing around him, and she still has the bandage from when Shinoru hit her in the last episode. I mean, she doesn't hate him for that at all, because the way she explains it, it was a wake up call for her. She actually didn't mind at all. She doesn't hate him for it. Though that hit did cause her to fall for him, like every other woman in the series tends to. Yep. And after they had the big barbecue, and the lieutenant basically just using his mastery fire skills to be so impressive, and Mocha shows up her little adorable little flames, and apparently Arthur is told by Lieutenant to slice it despite the fact she's just entertaining the Holy Sisters from Squad 5 for some strange reason. I don't know why. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this. Just having fun. And Arthur would be a freaking buzzkill. And after the barbecue's over, well, some members still there. You have the captain of Squad 8, Company 8, and of course Princess Henma. Just have a good conversation. And well, it says you can destroy my company. Well, yes, but they're still around to this very day. Yep, they're surrounded by the most recent chapter that came out for the series. And basically, he wanted the research. Now, they don't reveal exactly how, and of course, she asks, like, how did you figure out exactly that we had the research about what's the cause of human combustion? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in the first couple of episodes, referred to as infernos. Yes, infernos. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, there is none in this whole episode. Nobody combust. Unlike what happened in the first few episodes of the series, it doesn't happen in this one. Nope. So yeah, and then like right after that, we have like people just see some traffic, and then we see a scene which is from the manga, though there's some different wording here, and there's some censoring, obviously. You have Hinaba, Iris, and Mika just taking a shower. And of course, well, her line's dialogue is pretty much slightly different. I mean, she says, oh yeah, she hears admire Iris's growth, where she starts sort of groping her. And then she tells Mika how, well, like she admires her masculine body, even though that in the manga she said, you have a beautiful body. Yeah, I think anybody who actually has watched the series probably looks forward to this. It's only the second shower scene in the whole series. And I don't think this will be the last one. Nope. This was only the second one. And this is the first one's episode. I believe the last one was in episode 1, the last one they had one of these. Yep. And then we cut to a little bit later. We have them sitting in the commander's office, where you have Arthur and Shinru decided to go undercover at Squad 1. Now, in the manga, this is a slight change from the manga, where the captain says you're leaving Squad 8 and you're taking the Entrance 1 exam. This basically, it looks like officers like an officer exchange. That's simply put what this is. Though they entitled be different in the manga, but this change I don't mind because in the manga this made no sense at all. Like saying, oh yeah, you're leaving Squad 8, you're going to Squad 1. What? Why? And the episode's okay. It's a rookie exchange program. Basically, you go to another squad briefly just to broaden horizons. Okay. That actually sounds a lot better than what they said in the manga. And no, there's no entrance exam. They go straight to Squad 1, their uniforms. Of course, they also have one person from Squad 2, and at least one person from Squad 5. Yeah, it's the guy with the bubble gum from last episode, from the previous episode. So they go to Squad 1's, to Company 1's headquarters, and it's a grand cathedral, and they meet the lieutenant. Of course, Tamaki returns in this episode, first time since episode 3. I mean, it's only been like 4 episodes since her last appearance, and she's going to appear through this whole arc, because she actually appears in the majority of this particular arc. So, oh yeah, Haneba basically is asked, like, what? Of course, she's not asked this particular scene, she asked in the manga, like, why she's here. Though, they do cut out the little scene here of her getting Shinro a lunch. Yeah, for some reason they cut that out here. I don't know why. Yeah, maybe that's from the later part of the later part of the arc. But they go there, they basically dress up, and they go inside. And instead of basically greeting with the captain with Rufus salute, they use a little prayer. Which, by the way, the prayers are like this. Yeah, that's how they do prayers in the series. Basically, do kind of like this particular type of prayer. Yeah, which it's fine. Yeah, because they're in church. So Shinro asks, like, why not have a sparring match? Test abilities. The captain's all for. The lieutenant basically gets there first, but the captain says, okay. And he says, if I win, you have to answer my question. And he's like, sure. So first we have I think it's the loudmouth guy, the Reiku, who apparently Tamaku has got like an appreciation for. She shows up, she just runs, and later on she runs into him. Apparently she catches him pretty quickly. Unlike unlike Shinru, which weird things happen whenever he's around her. Yeah. So the Juggernaut, yeah, that's the guy from Squad 2. That's what they call himself because he's freaking huge. So he basically launched a bunch of fire rockets. He says he joined the fire brigade so he can put out his fire, but it makes him angry, so he fires it off. And he's able to dodge it pretty easily, though he's able the other guy, the one who doesn't have earphones, transform to sound, which basically freezes. Maki thinks it's an ice buildup, but nope, it's just basically sound turning the flames into ice, which is fine. And of course, the bubblegum guy, he says, yeah, you probably read about what my ability is. So, they show it off. And then the captain wants to take on Shinru and Arthur personally. Arthur, he has a pretty lackluster match and just basically beats him, like, hits it with a thing, hits it with his sword, and it apparently looks like that. Apparently, when it comes to the Captain Burns, it seems like he has sort of like an impenetrable skin when it comes to fire. Probably some special mana or whatever that protects his skin from fire. That's my personal theory of what his power is, though his eye patch also gets caught on fire but doesn't exactly burn it. And he beats Arthur pretty easily. Shinru basically puts up a much better fight against him, which even he's probably impressed with his abilities. And at one point, he scorched the man's uniform, and he asks him, like, why he's here. He's like, I want to investigate what caused death of my brother, and he says his brother and his mother and his brother, and becoming a hero. Which, okay, that actually is true. Well, the other part he never mentioned before, but the whole thing about hero, yeah, he's mentioned that since the start of the series. He want to become an actual hero. Yep. And though there's also a brief cut back to the company headquarters where the captain is worrying about, well, his group, his subordinates, and Hamako says, don't worry about it. And he says, and the lieutenant's like, why don't you go back to your headquarters? Why do you have to be here? Yes. Yeah, that's a question that never gets answered. Well, she never tells him anyways. The answer is because she's in love with Shinru. Yep. Though she doesn't leave her position as the captain of Squad 5. Though what we first see in the episode, she has one of her subordinates basically act like a freaking lapdog to her, holding up an umbrella. Yep. Also, she uses her men as a throne and walks on them as a freaking floor. No, she doesn't reach Henry that way. Nope, treats him fine. Treats him like a lover. That's probably what I would think that she would probably treat him as. The episode ends quite oddly with one of the lieutenants basically giving him like a very quick conversation, and the episode ends with Shinru and Arthur be giving a puzzled look. Second time they have in the episode. It was like not long after the previous time they had a puzzled look. But yeah, good episode. Looking forward to the rest. And my personal guess is that this arc probably wrapped up and this is my personal guess, by episode 10. Though I think next week's episode probably will finish up this particular chapter 24. Probably start off with the first couple pages of chapter 24. Probably start off with that first and then go straight through probably like 25 to 27, no problem. And probably go through most of the way. It depends on how much I'll go through with 28. Yeah, that's what it seems like they do for this particular series for certain chapters, where they just basically just start them or they get most of the way through before they just stop. Yeah, that's probably what they're going to do. I kept thinking they're going to do like 4 chapters an episode, so my guess is this arc probably wrapped up by episode 11. Yep, that's just my personal theory anyways. Now, the episode airing next, which is airing in 4 days by the way, is the next episode called Infernal Instincts. Which, because Tamaki's here, a lot of weird things happen to her. Yeah, the recurring gag with her is that she's basically got bad luck. So her bad luck is basically when she trips or does something, she usually falls into Shinru, or her clothes fall off, or they burn off. Yes, this is a recurring gag for her throughout the entire series. Heck, at one point, her clothes she just trips on a train track. This is, of course, another arc. She trips on a train track, and her clothes become miraculously removed, and she's completely naked. Yep. That actually happens a couple more times in the series, but I would not be surprised if they adapt this at all. But she's probably the only character who does not take a shower who actually gets to see her butt naked. Though it's a minor gag anyways. Though it's a funny one too, but lucky enough the writer doesn't use it very much. He doesn't use every single chapter have her basically suffer some bad luck. This episode she kind of did, but lucky enough the lieutenant she admires catches her, so she doesn't suffer through bad luck. But yeah, that's it for this particular review. Yeah, I was not originally planning to do the reviews tonight, but because, well, I was able to find this episode. Yeah, that's why I have been watching Fire Force on. Apparently just did want to upload this episode, so I had to go to YouTube. I won't say what the channel is, because I don't know who this person is anyways. And this definitely is a Funimation dub, I can tell by looking at it. And, well, yeah. I also forgot to mention, in episode 5, we had a debut of the mad scientist guy, and he's voiced by Ian St. Clair. Yep, Ian St. Clair voices him. Yep. So not much else to say, but I'm looking forward to the layers that they adapt after they adapt the verse company arc. Yes. And it's the thing though, this arc comes right after they just fought the 5th company. Of course, that arc wasn't very long. That was like 8 chapters. This is like roughly 12. Yep. But yeah, not much else to say about this episode, but really good. So, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for tomorrow for the other 2 reviews, Black Clover and Fairy Tail, okay? We'll see you next review. Bye.